Imagine this: two political heavyweights, a fiery exchange, and a debate that's got everyone talking about free speech. That's exactly what went down when UK's Keir Starmer and US Vice President JD Vance clashed in a heated showdown. But here's the kicker: this wasn't just about politics, it was about freedom of expression, technology, and even prayer. JD Vance, the US Vice President, recently dropped a bombshell during a press conference at the Oval Office. He accused the UK of, wait for it, infringing on free speech. Yep, you heard that right. Talk about throwing shade across the pond.
Yeah, look, I said what I said, which is that we do have, of course, a special relationship with our friends in the UK and also with some of our European allies. But we also know that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British. Of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and, by extension, American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time. Well, no, I mean, certainly we wouldn't want to reach across US citizens, and we don't, and that's absolutely right. But in relation to free speech in the UK, I'm very proud of our.
But wait, it gets even more intense. This isn't the first time Vance has taken aim at the UK. Earlier this month, at the Munich Security Conference,
a little over 2 years ago, the British government charged Adam Smith Connor, a 51-year-old physiotherapist and an Army veteran, with the heinous crime of standing 50 meters from an abortion clinic, not obstructing anyone, not interacting with anyone, just silently praying on his own. And after British law enforcement spotted him and demanded to know what he was praying for, Adam replied simply, it was on behalf of the unborn son he and his former girlfriend had aborted years before. Now, the officers were not moved. Adam was found guilty of breaking the government's new buffer zones law, which criminalizes silent prayer and other actions that could influence a person's decision within 200 meters of an abortion facility. He was sentenced to pay thousands of pounds in legal costs to the prosecution. Now, I wish I could say that this was a fluke, a one-off crazy example of a badly written law being enacted against a single person. But no, this last October, just a few months ago, the Scottish government began distributing letters to citizens whose houses lay within so-called safe access zones, warning them that even private prayer within their own homes may amount to breaking the law. Naturally, the government urged readers to report any fellow citizens suspected guilty of thought crime. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat.
The case Vance referred to involved Adam Smith Connor, a 51-year-old man who was convicted for breaching a safe zone around an abortion clinic in Bournemouth. Vance used this case to argue that democratic values are under threat in Europe. Vance's comments suggest that what happens in the UK doesn't just stay in the UK, it has global ripples. What do you think? Is free speech really under threat in the UK,